you with his hand on your shoulder. Do you have a moment? I have a feedback that I would like to share with you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster. Could I have a show of hands when you picture this in your mind? Your heart rate starts to increase and you start to have negative thoughts. Thank you. We do have a few fellows here together with me who share common symptoms. We get anxious every time we think that we are facing a negative feedback. We all want to develop good relationship with people around us. And when we have problems with the feedback that people are giving to us, or we don't know how to handle them, we wouldn't know how much our behavior are affecting them in general. So the ability to know to handle the candid feedback or negative feedback from other people is very important to us to develop the relationship with the people around us, to improve our confidence, to see our weakness that only others can see. So today, fellow Toastmaster, I'm going to share with you 4 simple steps that we can develop our ability to receive candid feedback from other people. The first step is very simple. It starts with A and double A, C, T. The first A stands for ask. Start with the area of field that you want to improve and start looking for the people that you think are most credible and will be able to give you the most useful feedback. Now, looking for candid feedback is not easy. Many of us try to avoid giving people feedback because we are afraid that the hard truth may hurt others' feelings. And we are afraid that the person may not be ready to handle the truth such that our relationship in the future will suffer. So we have to give you some assurance for you to give us the feedback. One day, I decided that I want to work on my leadership skill. So I go to my boss and I tell him, hey, want to invite you to dinner. And during the casual chat in the dinner talk, I tell him, I want to improve in my leadership skill, and I would appreciate it a lot if you could give me some candid feedback on how my leadership is going. So he smiled, looked into my eyes, I got the feedback. Now, come to step 2. A for a step. You're asking for candid feedback. It's not candid feedback. So, accept the truth that the feedback is going to be harsh. And no matter how harsh it is, you have to accept the feedback. My feedback was given by my boss was, Jerry, you are a fine manager, but to be a good leader, you have to improve a lot. You are very tough and very demanding. And I think with the way that you are leading your team right now, everyone is going to be demotivated. And I was so sad. My face turned black. And the first thing in my mind, do you know what it is? I wanted to defend myself. I wanted to tell him that, hey, you know, it's not my intention to demotivate everyone in my team. I want everyone to get better. But one of the rules in step 2 is that you have to accept it without complaining, justifying, finding excuse, or blaming other people. So I remember the step 2. I accept quietly, manage to get a fake smile, and then I shut up. So then this helped me. Step 3, clarify. Quietly, after 1 minute, I recover from my shock, and then I go ahead and ask him, okay, could you please give me an example of, or several examples of how I demotivated my team? And then he was there, looking straight into my eye, very sincerely, and told me, you know, last week I was attended your meeting with your team, and I noticed that you came to the meeting without any smile. Therefore, nobody smiled. And then you was quite dominant, and you was very general with your greetings, but you never compliment anyone for their great effort. And then he go on to mock my face, expression. And looking into my eye, he was telling me, Sherry, if I'm your superior and I'm going to tell you this, with a very serious face. I told you last time that you need to do that report. Where is the analysis? When can you send me the report? In front of your peers. What will you think? Do you think that you were there to share with me your opinions again? At that moment of truth, I realized that how harsh I was with my team members. And for that matters, I feel appreciated more of what he has feedback to me. If 1 minute later, 1 minute before, I find it so difficult for me to accept his feedback. Now I feel a lot better. So I started to work on it, and I talked to my team members, and together I take feedback from them. We have improved. Last month was another round of candidate feedback, and I think they have been a lot happier. Now, 2 years ago, when I stepped into my office and was doing my job, my manager came to me with his hands on my shoulder, and he was talking to me, and I remember how terrified I was. But with the model of ACCG, D stands for thanks. That was the thankful expression that we give to the person who gave us the feedback. I now learn to understand a lot about my fellow colleagues, my boss, my beloved. So, fellow Toastmaster, if for now you're still in doubt of what other people are thinking about you, maybe it's time that you practice your AACT so that together we can develop as better people.